My name is Lucille Cia Pajarito. I am 64 years old. I came in April 1982. I was sent by my boss from the Philippines to do some educational research on specific subjects, and I was one of a group that came. I stayed more than 6 months, which was required by the immigration. My boss decided to extend my stay for further research work. Then I want to stay in America, so a lawyer told me that I have to marry a U.S. citizen. So I met this guy who became my first boyfriend in America, and we got married. After a few months, he petitioned me as a wife. By then, my status changed from visitor single to married immigrant. So that was the time I became immigrant because of my marriage, and that was in the year 1985. It was educational and enjoyable, but then when I stayed longer than I was required by the immigration, I was considered illegal already at that time. And so that's the time when I felt difficulties living in America, because number one, I didn't have a job. I didn't know anybody, but just I was just, living with some friends. So I have to call and ask my mom what she can do for me while I was staying here. And she sent me more financial assistance and contacted her best friend who's living here in San Francisco, California, and I lived with them until I got married, and I was really, before I got married, I was trying to look for a job that is under the table, and I was accepted in one care home for elderly in Newark, California. And there were six elderly at the time, and it was my first time to work in a care home because I was an office girl. I didn't know anything, but I was just trained by the owners, and that's the time I started to cry every task that I was doing in the care home, because for me, every task was difficult for me until I stayed with them I worked with them for 2 years, and I got used to my job. And I started to love my job because the elderly people were so nice to me. I did met a few friends, and we went out. I saw some tourist spots, and I love those places. And I love San Francisco. I like San Francisco so much. It is a beautiful city. And when I got married, the more I got more happy, because I was able to do all the things I want legally now. I can go anywhere I want to go. I was able to go to different states. I was able to meet more friends, join some organizational group. And I was able, after 5 years, I was able to get my parents from the Philippines to America. And that makes my life more meaningful now. Thank you.